Okay,
Okay.
here we are. Okay, so yeah, you guys know Matt and I won an invite to the Celebrity Next Gen COE President's trip, so that was good. I don't know that we learned anything, Matt, did we? For me, it just solidified. Where did Matt go? For me, for me, it just solidified that I prefer cruising over all inclusives. There was just too many bugs, and weather was such a factor going anywhere, um, and it was so humid. Like on a ship, if it's crappy weather, you stay indoors, and there's a ton to do. But um, I don't know. For me, I just solidified that I love cruising and not an all inclusive person.
Yeah, there was promise there because they did a business meeting where they had some partnered suppliers that were there, and they had us all broken up into round tables where it looked like we were going to do some sort of brainstorming amongst the different tables on different ways that we can continue to generate business, work better with our partner suppliers, and things like that. And then it kind of just turned into a giant group discussion for the entire hall as opposed to amongst your own table and then sharing your ideas with the rest of the group. So I think they missed an opportunity there to do something more developed. And it was kind of just a tell us what you're doing, and maybe it'll invoke some new ideas for other people that aren't
Right.
doing anything. But we didn't really share a lot.
No. No. And the good thing that did come out of it was Andrew. He used to be our BDM way back with Holland America, and he was there, but he's now the director of sales for all the world for Holland America. So he invited us out for dinner. We only had one free night, and he invited us out for dinner. The four of us, Matt and his wife, and Barry and I, and so that was good. We got an opportunity to talk to Andrew and concern our concerns with our existing person. So we now have been in contact or elevated to her boss, which he says we should be using. And I told Andrew, I basically said, like, there's a missed opportunity on Holland America. Like, we are moving people that are unhappy in certain situations. We're moving them everywhere, not necessarily Holland, because they haven't been in our face like other cruise lines have been, and we need more exclusives and heads ups and all sorts of other things. So hopefully we can start building that relationship. And this person lives in London. Am I correct on that, Matt? Yep. So I'm going to see if I can get him to stop by, and maybe we'll go out for lunch one day. So that was at least something promising. Okay. Um, we secured last night, and I'm sure you guys that are on the agent chat heard the bang, 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 bang. Between Carrie and myself and Kayla, we secured approximately 240 groups last night. That is no small feat for sure. That's probably the most we've ever done in one day. And the reason being, it was just Celebrity Caribbean, which is always a huge one for us. And I didn't think Royal would be a big one because they had been saying it was just summer Caribbean, which we don't necessarily grab a lot of. And it wasn't summer. A lot of the ships that we found went all the way into April 2027. So we just kept grabbing and grabbing and grabbing. It was exhausting. I actually got off the plane, had Barry stop at a Dunkin' Donuts so I could get into the Dunkin' Donut and work. And we sat there for, I don't even know what it was, 3 or 4 hours, anyways, working before we got back on the road. So yeah, it was a crazy day. Uh, a little highlight was I was able to grab group space for one on the Excel. Now I need to just check with Celebrity and make sure that it's got the perks and everything. I think it does. And it's a fantastic price. So I got two of those groups. And that would be fantastic for our solo travelers. Now that, I mean, it was like 3,000 something for sailing with perks and everything. So really happy about that. I grabbed only 16 rooms on everything except for one sailing, because when I was going through and I saw the pricing, I was like, well, this seems priced better than all the other ones around it. So I think that was February 8th on the, I want to say Ascent, maybe. Anyways, February 5th. And is it on the Ascent?
Yeah.
Okay. So I grabbed like 50 rooms, I think, or something around there for that one. So we'll let you guys know about that one. Maybe somebody wants to host it. Maybe I'll host it. Not sure yet. We'll figure all that out. Okay, next point of business is I'm going to be submitting your cancellations with Nexion soon. We are coming to the point now where we have very little group space left that we're going to be able to book into. So by the end of the month, it'll be dwindled down to a handful. I'm going to be keeping my Nexion account open for the time being until everything has sailed. So you will have access to my username and password. If you need to book something, you could do it through my username and password. Or if you need to manage something, you can do it through my username and password. But we're going to be closing all those accounts off. Do you guys have any questions about that? Nope. Okay. Next, I want to talk about team build. So I have had Sandra and Mitch just pounding me like crazy to make a decision on this team, our team build next year, because we told them both that we were putting out like basically an RFP for to see what ship we would go on for our team build. And I've gotten all my information. They've put their best foot forward, and we are going to go on Celebrity. So I did promise that Royal Caribbean that we would go on them the year after. So just waiting for Short Caribbean to get released, which I think isn't until February, and we'll look at booking something. This one is going to be on the Silhouette, October 20th to the 26th. So I will be sending out an email with details and how much that the agency is going to fund. Basically, if you are willing to stay in an inside room and share it, you will be funded. If you want to have your own room, move up to another category, et cetera, then that'll be on your cost. You are welcome to bring your spouses and children if you'd like. The only thing I request is if you bring your children, make sure you have somebody there to watch them, because we will be spending time as a team together doing training. Sandra has committed to coming with us. She wants a dining with us. And, you know, there's going to be a couple of nights that you won't be able to dine with your people that you bring. So they need to know that. She wants a port day with us. So again, you won't be with your family on that day. And then we will have on the ship training as well. So keep that in mind when you're, you know, if you want to bring your family, that's great. But they need to know that you won't be with them the entire time.
Are you going to be doing some promotion, client appreciation next October?
Sorry?
Are you going to be doing it like we did this October? We had a big promotion for our clients.
Yeah, I know it's going to be tricky because we're not going to do the same thing next year. We're not going to give away the OBC. I've got a different idea for next year, but it will still be Client Appreciation Month.
Okay.
Well, that's actually maybe a discussion that we can have, but I do think we should keep it October so that people know. I really, really, really hope that everybody is able to go. I think we know now that we've done a group cruise together. We've, done the team build now for a few years, and I think they're extremely valuable. And this will be combining. So, not only are we going to be able to, sort of get to know each other a little better, but we'll also do some training and some fun activities, and you'll get to know Sandra better, and hopefully Mitch can join us too. We'll see. He's got to get approval still, but yeah, should be a lot of fun. So I really hope everybody can make it. I'm missing my son's birthday for it.
Good.
Does anybody have any questions about that?
Nope.
What are the dates again? Sorry, I missed it.
Oh, Silhouette, October 20th to the 26th.
Okay.
Okay. I will send out an email. I looked at the prices today and they weren't great. I'm guessing it's because it's Tuesday, so I'll wait till Friday. We'll see what the prices are in case you want to upgrade. And then maybe, so I don't know if we book and then reprice it on the 29th, or if you want a balcony, I think I would wait until at least the 26th so that you can get the 200. But this is all discussions that you guys can have with me on a one-to-one basis when you decide. I want to give you the heads up of the date so that you can talk to your families and decide what you want to do.
There's no Friday promotions this month.
No, and I don't know. I didn't look at the dates to see, like, so I know the 29th, right? That's when we have the 800.
Yeah.
But I just thought if we book it now, can we reprice it when we get to the 800?
I think you can, but
Yeah. So, I mean, we don't have to wait to the 29th. Unless you have a balcony, I would say wait to the 26th when we get that 200.
okay.
Okay, well, that's all I have for me. So, Kayla, do you want to talk?
Yeah, for sure. So I just wanted to get everyone with all of the deals that are coming out right now and everything kind of changing almost daily. I just wanted to know what would be the preference for everybody in terms of sending the offer emails that I send out and updating the current offer sheet. I know that there's one on there, for example, from Virgin where it's 50% off for the wave offer, but that's already been changed to 80% off one sailor. So I don't know if you guys want me to continuously be sending updates to your inbox, or if there's a way you want them sent, or what you would, or if you just want me to send kind of the unique offers over.
What you're doing now is perfect for me, anyway.
Okay, so whenever an update comes in, you're okay for me to just shoot another email. Would you prefer that, like, if it's just an update, do you want me to keep the same promo code so that you can see that when you're searching it, you can see the changes rather than changing the number or the reference number? Sorry.
Yeah, I like the way you're doing it now. Because when you send out an update, you just basically put in the header that it's an update to the one that already exists, and then it just gets transferred over to the spreadsheet as well to show whatever the changes are to the promotion that you already sent us.
Okay. And Linda pointed out to me that, like, might be a good idea. Like, would you prefer me, like, kind of highlight the change that's been made on the email so that you know, like, this is what is changing?
That is exactly what I was going to recommend, is that when you send a correction or an update, just to highlight what the update is so we can actually, instead of trying to compare the two emails together, we know where the correction is.
Okay, awesome. So that's item number one.
Well, okay, can we just get a little bit more clarification? Like, do you want her to send out every single time Royal Caribbean sets up a new sale?
I don't think it's the sale in our particular case. It's usually what additional perks get kicked in, like OBC or whatever. But if it's like $500 off of regular sailing, I mean, things like that we can actually pull up in Cruising Power or whatever it may be.
Right. But okay, so Celebrity, typically the sales stayed the same for a really long time, right? Obviously she has to send out the one that this month because it's different. Virgin kind of bounces around, so you want her to keep updating the spreadsheet with Virgin sale. But Royal Caribbean is a different beast because they literally change their sale like every 3 days.
Yeah, I think the big ones with Royal is when they throw in those, like, either kids sale free or it's the OBC that only lasts for like 3 days if you book an FIT, and you get that 3-day window to try and get the OBC before it's gone.
Like,
Did you want her to send that then?
Yeah, because otherwise, like, we're quoting something with OBC and we need to know when that OBC
Okay.
offer ends so that we can tell them you only have till this date to get that. Otherwise, you're going to miss the window to get that
Okay.
onboard credit.
Okay.
Yeah, I was going to add to, I like the looking to know, like with the TLN dining one that from Royal Caribbean, like knowing if it's includes Alaska or not. Like, because they switch it around a lot. Sometimes it's short cruises, sometimes it's I like those ones. So I look to see what I need to do with it next too is important, right? Is this something that's automatic, or is this something I got to fill out one of those surveys for? Because I don't want to miss out on.
Yep. Kayla, is that enough detail?
Yeah, no, that helps a lot. Kind of
Yeah.
narrow it down. The next thing, I was just wondering, the team lunch that's coming up in December. I was trying to figure out where exactly to make reservations. I'm late to the game. So I'm just wondering like where everyone's kind of preferences to have it, if they're thinking more like north of Etobicoke in like by the airport, or like down by the Gardner kind of thing. I don't know where everyone's coming from or what's suited. The airport location is closest to the Go if anyone is coming that way. So just kind of
Ottawa, maybe? No.
Is anybody coming by Go? No. Okay.
Do you guys just want Kayla to pick a place, or do you want her to send out a couple of options?
Well, in my case, it doesn't matter. I would still have to do the 3.5, 4 hour drive. So.
I think it's probably going to be near the airport because we're trying to be somewhat central. So I mean, I know Luke, Rick's not going to come, but Luke, so you probably the longest drive. But there are a bunch of people that will have over an hour drive as well. So.
Yeah, by the airport for me is actually a little easier because then I don't have to scoot down to
exactly
or whatever it may be. So.
Okay, perfect. So I'll keep it around there, and then do you want me to send out options to everyone, Tina, or
doesn't sound like they
care? Okay, I'll just pick.
We'll make it just an American restaurant.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you. I think that's all I had.
All right, Linda.
I don't have a whole lot. Our active members on Facebook continue to go up, so our new strategy seems to be working. We've had some positive feedback on the deals being all posted together daily as opposed to spreading them out. So people in general, we haven't had any negative feedback, so that's a good thing. With comments, we're continuing to monitor those. Like, we're getting a lot of comments and throwing them into the agent chat. So if you can just make sure you comment when you're going to take them. I know you usually do, but it just helps because Tina and I have a system in the back end of where we mark them as like needing follow-up and then being done. And because two of us are monitoring it, it helps when we have that other piece, so we don't have to try and go back and look through all the stuff that we've posted. The other thing is just to, in general, be careful about if somebody hasn't asked for input or anything, just jumping on and sort of commenting on random things, unless they're a client that you have a relationship with. But if it's just a random person who's tagged someone or something like that, it's a little pushy to kind of go on and just like make a comment like, hey, this great cruise, if you need help, let me know. And they've tagged their friend on it. So just, stuff like that. We just want to be conscientious of, keeping it conversational and relationship building. And I think everyone's been doing a really great job, and all the comments and, the engagement are way up, and the posts are being seen by a lot more people. So I think, everything everybody's doing is having a really positive impact, which we appreciate. And And hopefully, that's going to convert into more sales and new clients and better relationships with your current clients. And just what's coming up as an FYI, we've got the ads running for the LA sailing. So those are running right now. We're going to do an e-news specific to those. We've got Princess Sanctuary ads running, and then those Better Than Black Friday, that onboard credit, we have like a 3-day blast ad going as well. So those ads are running. All the cruise chats, we're working on adding those to the website, and they'll be set up almost like the blog, where people will be able to go in and see like the photo of each of them and then click on to either watch it or read the transcript. So I'm going to be like pulling all the transcripts, cleaning them up. See how I just said they would have picked that up. So it's funny, I did a couple of them and had to go and clean them up, and you really notice your own little ticks when you're speaking when you go in and do that. So I'm working on that on the back end, and then we'll make that live. The Cruise Complete, we'll see when we're going to launch that, but we're working on a plan for that as well. I'm continuing to work on building supplier pages. So right now we have Celebrity, RC, and Azamara that are all, and Princess, I believe, are all built out. So we have like a cruise line page. I'm working on Norwegian, Holland America, Virgin, and Disney. I still have to do, but they just take a little bit of time. So once we have them all, we're going to move those onto the menu so people can find them, but they are there in the back end. If you feel like it has any value for you, I can share the URLs so that, if you wanted to direct somebody to it, you can. I'll share them anyway, just so you can have a look and see what's there and see if you see any value for sharing it. And then we're just working on what we're going to do for December Supplier of the Month, because we don't really have one. So we're
still trying to get Cruise Complete together so we can be announcing it in December, because we do not have a Supplier of the Month. But the problem is that every time Kel and I try and go and work on it, something comes up, like, groups or so it's been kind of challenging.
Yeah, so we're going to have a backup plan. It won't be anything extravagant, obviously. It'll probably just be more of like kind of a branded, not even a promotion. We'll see. We're working on it. Go Cruise Complete. But I think that's pretty much it. And then next month we have Celebrity joining us for our team meeting. Air Canada Vacations is joining us next week for some training. So we connected with their rep, and hopefully we can get them on board for Supplier of the Month next year. Supplier of the Month is
some great deals, but we have to prove to them that we're using them if we want them to be a Supplier of the Month.
So we've got January through March booked. So we've got Celebrity, Norwegian, Holland America for the first 3 months of 2005. And then I'm going to be reaching out to our other partners as well. I think that's it.
Okay. Does anybody have anything that they want to talk about?
The only thing I'd recommend is that when we do comment on Facebook, that we refresh our page to make sure that we don't comment to the same person twice. And the other thing too, in addition to that, is if we like their comment and we reply, we click below their name so that it tags their name as part of the same message versus the actual posting itself. Because I think Matt and I, and I don't know who posted first, but regardless, we basically responded to the same person. but in two different formats. I responded to her comment and he responded to the post. And even though she got tagged, we appeared twice. So I deleted mine because I wasn't sure who posted first. So.
Right. Okay, perfect.
And it goes to Linda's point that we're trying to not respond to things that aren't directly related to an actual question. And in this case, it's making sure we don't duplicate the effort.
Yeah. Yep, exactly. Okay. Yep, we'll continue to monitor that. And if we see that you guys are responding to the post and not the person, then we'll, like I did one this morning, I think with Carrie, and I just let her know so she could go in and fix it.
And the other thing too is maybe feedback on the comments we're posting. Are they in the right format? Are we delivering the
We'll
right?
let you know if we're not, otherwise, if you don't hear from us, it's all good.
Okay.
I mean, at the end of the day, we're not going to control every word you say. That's not the goal here, right? If we see something blatantly like, yeah, that's not appropriate, we're gonna call you and say.
No, I think my comment was more around. It's not necessarily the wording; is maybe the messaging to make sure that
Yeah,
we're.
that's what I'm saying. Like, unless it's something completely offside, I think you guys are pretty good at knowing when to, throw your email address in there and when to start a conversation with them. I think before we were just automatically throwing our email addresses in there. I think it's more important that we build that conversation and that trust, and then they're happy to have a conversation offline after that.
So on that note, have our numbers gone up in terms of?
We can't in Facebook. We can't tell yet.
Oh, okay.
We'll at the end of the Linda can see some of it, but at the end of the month she'll get a better understanding of active members, and we're excited to see those numbers because I definitely can tell you that we have increased the eyeballs on our social media in a big way.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying was that, we have seen, so I've watched like the 7-day increase, and, just over the last 7 days, we've gone up probably over 300 active members more than we had the previous 7 days. So Facebook's just weird. It only gives you the stats it wants to give you. So it basically won't tell me like week over week or month over month. I have to like track that manually. But over the last 28 days, our comments have gone up 61%. Our reactions have gone up 51%. And we've put up our posts 151%. So everything is on the upswing.
Yep. Okay.
Can I make one?
If you find that admin is, a little bit slow today, they've just got hit with 240 groups that they have to deal with. So they might not be on the spreadsheet, as fast as we might like, but they have to still do their typical invoicing and payments and all that fun stuff. And this is probably one of the busiest times of the month for admin because this is when all the February final payments are coming in. February is obviously our biggest sales month. So this is really their busiest month. And plus it's always a big booking month as being it Black Friday as well. So just be patient with them. They've got a lot to do. Okay.
Can I make one comment and maybe
yes.
I hope I'm not the only one that feels this way. So Royal Caribbean is the supplier of the month. Personally, I'm not impressed with the perks that they've thrown in for us.
Yeah, I know. They don't care. I'm going to tell you right now, they don't care. They're the highest selling cruise line of all the cruise lines. People are paying whatever price they come out with. They don't care. Their ships are full.
Yeah,
when we get tons of perks, it's because their ships aren't full.
We're just getting more out of Sandra with that extra 100 on board credit. Then
yep. Well, we're going to be getting 200 next week.
I got a ton of requests for Royal yesterday.
Good. Yeah, no, that's always the way with Royal, Luke. You have to capitalize on this $150 that we're getting right now because we never get that. That's huge.
And I mean, for my hosted cruise in 2026, people were hoping that the 150 would be applicable to 2026, but
No.
it's until December 31st.
Right. Nope. That's typically the way it goes. You gamble, right? You don't know. Prices could go up by 2026,
Oh,
but
exactly.
you don't get the perks. The perks usually come with closer-in sailings. But yeah, telling them it just falls on deaf ears. They don't care. Okay. All right. Well, we have stuff to do because we just got confirmation that groups are open and we need to make sure that we got all of the groups that we needed. Unfortunately, Kayla, we're back at it. So we'll drop off this meeting and hopefully I'm going to send you an email on the silhouette later today or soon as to all the details. But you guys can start figuring out what you want to do.
All right.
Okay. All right. Thanks, everybody.
All right, Tom.
Bye.
Have a good day. Bye, guys.